Redden and Harvey squaring off as we await the opening bounce. Decent one from the umpire. They tangle up the rucks and Redden tapped it back behind his head and fed up to Wigg. Got the kick up towards half-back. Play on immediately there. I think it was Buck. Gets him up towards half-forward with a booming right foot kick. Intercepted beautifully. Hilda in the contest. Took it cleanly. Kick let him down a little bit. Put his teammate under pressure. Gives a look in now to Ballenden. He's got to get her out of that tackle. Just gets the ball away. Calls of holding the ball come from the North supporters, but Eagles still with the footy. Then the outside of the boot going towards goal. Curling it around a bit too much, and just with a minor score is Zane Williams. First score of the day comes inside the first minute. He's going to check the time elapsed, but the electronic scoreboard letting me down here. I have to go back to manual. See how we go. Play brought back in by North Adelaide.
So the Roosters getting things moving quickly. Wigg deep in that defensive zone, brings it long and strong out towards Hilda and Ballenden at half-back. Harvey's got it on the bounce. Play on advantage for North, or is it going to come back as a free to the Eagles? It is. It's a pretty even clash, but the umpire felt that the Eagles' big man in Ballenden was infringed. He kicks towards half-forward. Nichols got a hand on it. Rack shoveled it out. Wigg. Now big Harvey goes down again. Wigg well tackled. Strong tackling. Nowhere to go. 55 from goal. And that was Menzel who pops up, and the umpire will take control again. 55 out from the Eagle goal. Harvey slaps this one down. Little handball out from Mays. North Adelaide off a step from half-back, back towards the wing. Bouncing football. Ferns there. He's well tackled, going nowhere there in that tackle by Keenan Ramsey. And the umpire will take control. Footy at half forward for North Adelaide. The Eagles by a point. Early stages here at Woodville.
So Ruck's just a bit late to that contest, it seemed, or perhaps the ball up was a bit wayward because neither of them could really get a tap to it. Over the shoulder free kick going against North Adelaide. Free kick to be taken by the Eagles at half-back. Looking one way than the other, Williams. Now just going to throw it on the right boot, get some territory on up to an even-numbered contest ahead. Weckert brings it to ground. Front and centre was pretty good. Brought to ground and holding the ball. It's going to go against Nichols. Short kick, very, very short. Not enough for distance to Ruck to take the mark. He gets a longer one onto Mays. Wanted to play on, but was being held up by the man on the mark in Jimmy Rowe. No, apologies, it's Zach Buck. They move it up regardless, the Roosters. Find McCann. Goes towards the hot spot. Nokia Junior flew, but didn't get hands to it. Might have got a shove in the back. Play on is the call. Fleeton repels for the Eagles. Gets it out to the back flank. And then they gather. Hamill just got out in time. And getting through some heavy traffic there. Morris, that was very well done. Gets it inboard to Luke Mackay at half-back.
Mackay, who kicked 5 goals last week on debut, finds Morris. And now coming out of defence, Beacon. Nice kick. Nice work of the handball there. And some run as Nichols streaks to 50. Little chip for Menzel. He took it on the bounce. And Troy Menzel strolls in for the first goal of the game. The Eagles 1-1-7. North Adelaide yet to score. Great little work of the handball running through half forward by the Eagles. It was Buck to Nichols. Nice kick forward, and then Menzel on the end of it. Nick makes sure of it. And the Eagles get there first. And I ask you, who supports local footy? The answer, of course, is Amy does.
Absolutely, and yeah, Menzel, you don't want to give him an inch that close to goal, do you? Just attack that footy with some gusto and clean collection and put it straight through the middle. One of the more simple goals he'll ever kick, walking it basically to the goal line. Good movement through the middle of the ground from the Eagles as well to set that goal up.
Yep.
So electronic scoreboard still seems to be not in action here. So I might have to break out the manual timer at quarter time to keep an eye on minutes for you. Sure, you'll have the timer on SANFL Now coverage. You'll have a better idea than we will for the first quarter. Harvey and Redden at it again. Redden wins this tap. Got a good tap down to Sinor. The lawyer was clean. Gets it to Mackay. Kick was good. Not great though. North win it back. Now they get an opportunity through the middle. Taking on the tackle there and getting pinged. Holding the ball. Taking advantage here. Buck off the right boot. Nice looking kick to the lead. Oh, is that Herbert? Gathered and turning. It's Weckert, in fact. Gets it out to Williams. Nice looking kick into teammate in Jimmy Rowe. Just checks where his man is on the mark and says, yep, I can make that kick. He's going to go back and have a set shot.
Looking very clean moving forward. A couple of times now the Eagles, we've seen them just when they get that run through the middle, And they set it up so nice with the short passes. Rowe now well within range for him. This is really his bread and butter, Jimmy Rowe. Should nail his first, the Eagles' second.
So nice moles put on there by John Nankerville for Jimmy Rowe. Let's see if he can kick truly. For a hot start for the Eagles. A couple of minutes played. This for their second. Gets reasonably close to the man on the mark, but looks pretty Rothenberger, and he's just snuck at the correct side of the post. High fives all round. They get their second. Jimmy Rowe gets his first. And they get away to a handy early lead of 13 points. 2-1 the Eagles. North Adelaide yet to score. Jimmy Rowe, that's his second goal of 2024.
We've got about 5.5 minutes in this first quarter, thanks to the SANFL app. Of course, you can listen to us here on SANFL Now, on said app, or on sanfl.com, afl.com, and also the AFL app. We're coming to you a number of different places. You can find us all over South Australia, the country and the world, as we stream the second round of SANFL action for 2024. And here at Woodville, at least, the Eagles have got off to a bolter. They lead this contest by 13 points. As Harvey into the ruck for North, up against Redden. The two big men clash. Diving in there, the debutant, Fallows. Umpire didn't feel he made much of it to get rid of it. And so it's going to be a free here to the Eagles skipper, Sinor. What a great player he has been as Sinor drives towards half forward. And flying high, Newman at the back. Just chips short. Nice pass. Wonderful vision from young Newman. And coming out there strongly on the lead was Ballenden. And he'll go back and line up for his first. The Eagles' third 6 minute, or almost 6 minutes gone first term, dominating at the moment.
And they look switched on a lot at the moment. The Eagles just sharp around the ball, and with by foot as well. They're just hitting everything.
So Connor Ballenden, we know he does like a goal. 44 he's kicked in his career. This is his 32nd game. That's not going to be a goal, but it will be a very, very nice mark to the Eagles. Weckett flying high in that left forward pocket, the young man. High five indeed with Nichols as he hits the ground. Wobbly kick. The North defence just didn't get in there and shut Weckett down. And he gets another chance at goal, runs around and nails it. So the Eagles, 3 on the trot, 3-1-19. North yet to score. Woodville-West Torrens fans are loving what they're seeing early. 7 minutes gone in this first term. It's all the Eags.
Connor Ballenden will claim the goal assist on that one.
He sure will, but gee, what a nice grab from Weckett.
Yeah, looked good in the air, didn't he? He's a promising talent coming up through their junior program, Weckett. I enjoyed watching him develop in the last couple of seasons of under-18s action for SANFL. Delivered to you here on SANFL Now, of course, and he's made the grade for league and looks definitely competent, more than competent at the level.
A lot of good skills about him. A nice kick for goal, but his agility and just general skills impressive for the young man.
Yeah, he's got a great profile. So North stunned a bit here. They need to just get their hands on the footy. That ball should be recalled. Umpire a bit late on it there, but did actually agree. Much to the disappointment of the locals. Thought they were away there for another shot on goal. Got to be fair to North here. They need a chance to win it. Umpire tosses it aloft this time, then jumping over Harvey. Too much so, giving away the free kick. Umpire doesn't let DeLoyer take the advantage though. Says bring it back to Redden. So Jared Redden. Usually not a bad kick. That one looks all right off the boot. Going up though, almost completing the interception. Spina managed to win it in the bustle there to North Adelaide. They get it up towards Blacker, going back with a flight blind. Took a good mark. High darting left and right. Compelling his teammates to sort of come at him and offer him an option. Not much doing ahead of the footy. Called to play on as he takes his kick. And then big leap in the front and standing tall, Redden. Taking a valuable intercept for the Eagles. And half back.
So Redden, such a valuable player. He chips short. And Thompson down the line finds Sinor. Turn goes short. Nichols fumbled. And the kick out wide finds Herbert, who goes short to Ballenden at half forward. High kick towards the pocket. Nice kick. And a good mark again down there to the player in Weckett, just coming out on the lead. He's kicked one already. And he'll go back and line up for his second.
Yeah, you can see Luke Thompson in the action there. We thought he might have been scratched, but it seems like he's
I was
pulled up.
told, so
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and have a check at that. My apologies about that, sincerely, but I didn't see his name on the sheet there. My mistake, as Weckett lines up for his second.
It's pretty good.
Makes no mistake, 4 goals. The Eagles 4-1-25. North yet to score. The Roosters have been left flat-footed 10 minutes in to this first term.
Great start for Patrick Weckert as well, and seeing the attacking prowess of these Eagles. They had 13 individual goal kickers against the lowly Bloods in round 1, and they could be on track to match that today. 3 individuals already, and Weckert with 2. Only played 10 minutes in the first quarter. It's a 25-point margin. I know at AFL level, once you get sort of to that 25, 30-point margin, the win rate for the team behind is only drops to about 10 or 15%. So imagine something similar here at SANFL level. Need to get a move on here, the Roosters, just to get themselves started in this game. That's a high tackle, surely. Yep. Umpire saw it just as well as you would have on SANFL now. Rowe, take the kick, puts Eagles inside 50 yet again. And then another free kick's been found. This one going the way of the Eagles as well. So Newman looks for an option inside. Lots of numbers ahead of him. Just pops it into the pocket and should hit the target, and he does. Another mark. Weckert again. This young man is everywhere early. He's going to line up for his 3rd in the first quarter.
Doing very nicely, Patrick Weckett. Star of the show here at Woodville Kia Oval. Thompson is in the team. Again, my apologies. Bailey Han is the other omission for the Eagles.
So Patrick Weckert lining up to put this over 5 goals early in the first quarter. That's not a bad kick. He just got it home. He's put his arm up. Waits wait for the call. It's a goal. Oh, my goodness. What kind of start is this? The Eagles go to 5-1-31. And the shell-shocked Roosters yet to score.
Fantastic from Weckett. 3 goals from the young man. He kicked 3 goals coming into his 6th game. He's now equalled that. 6 goals, 6 games. And he's called it well, Nick. Shell-shocked Roosters. I don't think they've really gone inside their 50 at this stage. They've barely really reached their half-forward line. It's just been an absolute dominant performance from this Woodville-West Torrens side. And they deserve this big 31-point lead. If you look at the inside 50s, 7-1 is what I'm seeing at the moment. So there must be 1 inside 50 for North, but it was brief as we're underway. The Eagles again find themselves with the footy. And they bring it to Litster at half-back, who goes out wide with the kick. Nice kick. Well placed. Herbert, lovely kick, lovely grab. Beacon, can he finish with a goal from 45? He can! Was never in doubt. Never in doubt once he marked the Herbert kick. He just streaked away, Beacon, and kicks his first. The Eagles 6th. They lead by 37 points. And we have gone, would you believe, in this first term, just 12 and a half minutes, or just ticked over 13, in fact. And it's an amazing 37-point lead. And the Eagles making a statement here at Oval Avenue as Beacon kicks his first for the day.
They're on track for about 85 goals at the moment, the way they're going. This is unbelievable. Haven't seen a start like this in at any level of Australian rules football in a long time. This is unreal football from the Eagles. Have they come out fired up or what? As I mentioned at the start, or just before play, a couple of years now without finals, play football like this, they'll definitely be there for sure. Bit of a disputed tap. Can North win a clearance out of it? The hungry Eagles are just hunting them. They do manage to at least get the ball away through Finlay. Now they're inside 50. Eagles hands to it first, but no mark completed. Ball's on the turf. The Eagles have the numbers around the ball. Good effort in there by Newchurch to apply some forward pressure, but the Eagles good enough to clean up. They repel and get it back up the line to a contest and diving in front. Spina, the skipper, can just take a breath for a moment for North Adelaide. See if they can retain some possession here. Themselves started with a 37-point deficit. Get it inside 50, punch from behind, read off the hands pretty well for the front and centre, brought to ground without disposing of it. Kick goes towards the dangerous part of the ground, but getting in the way is Morris for the Eagles, going back in front of goal. That's how confident they are. They're going to run it out with some chain of handballs here. Shepard from behind was good for the Eagles to give him some space up in the Menzel direction. Free kick's been given away, I think, by Menzel, just blocking his opponent out. Bit of an ironic cheer goes up for the Roosters, but I don't think they've really been hard done by. It's just been a hungrier Eagles team to start this game.
Spot on, Nick Harris, as Van Husted with the footy. Trying to get something going for the Roosters. He goes long, down towards the forward line. Front and centre. Spina tried to get the handball out. Goldsworthy in the way. And now spinning around with that kick back around the corner. Was nicely done on that occasion by Rowe. And Fleeton getting involved as well as they go towards the wing. Hilda's got it. Brings it backwards to Keenan Ramsey. North under siege here at the moment. O'Loughlin trying to shut things down. Just chips it out wide. Lockyer. Now with Fallows on that outer wing. Just looking for options, but there's just nothing in play at the moment. They have to go long and try for something, anything. Finlay caught too deep, and Ballenden takes a very nice mark.
It's got an answer for everything right now to the Eagles. They go across the defensive line yet again. Free kick's been given away, earned by Blacker. Puts him back inside 50 quickly. He's got a couple of options in the pocket, and he's managed to hit one in Newchurch. Just wait for him to turn around. Yep, it is. Fair to say, John, they could use a goal here.
Very, very true. 16 gone. They trail by 37.
So round the body kick going to come here from Newchurch. He's a fair way out for the curl kick. Let's see how he gets onto it. He's just put it up in the air a bit too much. Not going to get the turn he needs. In the end, doesn't score. Frustrating for North Adelaide fans. That kind of kick, I wouldn't mind that sort of distance, the drop punt, but leave it to the professionals, I suppose.
So, Lidster to relieve from the left back pocket for the Eagles. Just chips it short to Sinor. Out there in front of the black, blank electronic scoreboard. Technology is great when it works. Pain in the rear when it doesn't. Beacon coming off that wonderful goal earlier in the quarter finds Ballenden, and you feel the Eagles building something. Ballenden puts it out towards this wing position. Newman spoiled at the last minute by Frengel, tight on the line. Little handball over the top. Van Husted to Newchurch. McInerney. Fallows. They may get out of this. Rack down the line. And a nice mark by Van Husted, just settling things down for North Adelaide. But again, as he found a couple of minutes ago, just nothing doing when they try to go forward. He chips into the middle. Weckett comes through, knocks it away from McCann. Weckett got the handball into open space. O'Loughlin there. Nichols. Deloyer hurried it onto the boot really because he had to. It's going to dribble inside 50. Keenan Ramsey came out to meet it. Now Mays off defence at 50. His kick smothered. Still a chance for O'Loughlin. Got it up to McCann, to Coombe. Coming through Mays. Great tackle, Thompson. Fantastic tackle by the veteran. Just came through strongly on McInerney. Shut that play down. Ball up. Right down the middle there of Mornteen Kia Oval, Woodville. Eagles by 37.
Roosters still yet to put a score on the board. As we inch towards red time in the first quarter. And Eagles absolutely all over them like a rash at the moment. Very little space to speak of when Roosters do get ball in hand. And the possession a moment ago looked like it was 2-1, 66% in favour of the home side. It may have evened up in the last few moments, but Eagles nonetheless win the clearance. They might have shoved an extra one behind the ball here, North Adelaide, just to try and stem the bleeding. Should win this contest with numbers. They do. Feed a handball out the back, and then they have to go all the way back to fullback just to get an uncontested possession. It's Rack. Goes up the middle of the ground. Sees something he likes there in the form of, I think it was Frengel. Goes in, off hands, read by Newchurch. Around the body, up and under kick. Sits up for Fellows. Have to wait for it. Now he moves it on to a lead at half forward. That came from Wilson. Couldn't be completed before it went over the line. In fact, it's going to be last touch free kick going the way of Woodville-West Torrens. Everything going their way right now.
Certainly is. The Eagles just have it working nicely for them. Rowland to Thompson. Now Beacon. He's got Williams short. Goes in that direction. Right back pocket for the Eagles. Zane Williams, of course, spent some time in the second half of 2022 at Geelong. Gives off to Beacon. A long kick after a nice run. Great run. Unfortunately, the kick just fading and North will get the free.
Jack Ferns just throwing his weight around behind the ball with a big shepherd there too.
Yeah, he's a tough man, Ferns, as Raak's kick to McCann. Here they go. Nichols just a little bit of pressure. Causes the kick to be a bit of a grubber. Wilsden took it, wrapped up strongly. Ball came out the back. Again, good tackling at ground level. And again, the footy held in there. As Rowland doing what he does so well, giving McCann nowhere to go. As Harvey, McInerney, high kick Newchurch, back inside 50. Nice mark by Morris. Looking like one of the villains from Karate Kid. He comes out wide. Umpire's found a free. It's going to go the way of the Eagles, and Barkler's got it at half back.
Nathan Barkler just assessing his options up the line here. Has had a couple of looks inboard. Hasn't seen anything he likes the look of. Just down the line in the end to a contest. Pack forms. Numbers favour the Roosters, although couldn't complete the mark. Hilda have a moment to recover. North Adelaide get it up towards Newchurch. He's starting to get his hands on it a bit now. Quick hands to the outside run. Now they get it inside 50. Doesn't break stride and sets sail towards goal. This is the first major. Not going to matter because it's going to be a free kick regardless, but his kick truly has McInerney. And they get one to a smattering of applause from the Roosters supporters. Finally, they peg one back. A long way back from 37 points down, but it starts with one. The first one goes to McInerney.
Exactly right. The journey begins with one step, and this might be a journey. Well, North are hoping it will be a comeback journey, but gee, a lot to do from here. Against the flow, though, the boy from Jamestown, McInerney, gets his first, his 56th goal in his career from 82 matches. And North Adelaide breathe a sigh of relief. But now they need to kick about 5 or 6 more to really make a game of it. Plenty of time to do that, but have to find a way to stem this impressive Eagles flow. Their run and carry has been excellent. Redden back in the middle against Harvey, wins it down. Rowe buffeted about, lost it. In the end, Hilda to Coombe and now Wig. High kick out wide. And North Adelaide have it on that outer wing. Little chip kick finds Fallows. Gets it back here to a teammate, Raak. Long kick inside 50, Newchurch. Fleeton there with him. Ball hit the ground. Wilsden was good. Got it up to Mays. Can be back-to-back goals to the Roosters. It will. Just exactly what they needed as Mays gets his first. North Adelaide, 2 straight 12. They cut that margin now to 25 points in favour of the Eagles with back-to-back goals. Their first 2 of the game. And that's pleasing for the Roosters. They're just showing, it's taken them a while, 22 and a half minutes, but they're showing a bit of fight.
Yeah, not too late either. Plenty of time left in this game. 2 goals brings it back to that 25-point margin. Still a few minutes to play first quarter. If they could peg 1 or 2 back again, I'd feel like they're in a decent position given the hot start of the Eagles. Absolutely jumped out of the box with 6 on the trot, including 3 to young Patrick Weckert, who's set for a day out by the looks, especially with the kind of delivery he was getting early in that part of the game. By restarts with a pretty good bounce. Rucks tangle. Redden first touch to it, although read best by Wig. Charges out the back of the contest. Curls the kick round up to half forward. Thompson shadowing it. Gets the handball from his teammate now and goes back up the line with a beautiful kick. Sinel just tripped. He went to take it and then got sat up on as he jumped on the footy. So another ball up. And that centre wing broadcast side Redden looked like he tried to take that. to Lawyer in there. Threw that one out. Rowe. Clean collection and then curls one way then the other. Gets the kick round the body up towards half forward. Bounces in the middle of a pack of players. Goldsworthy on the left boot. Goes inside 50 to a 2-on-1. Absolutely steaming out to meet it there was Frengel. But gathered cleanest. Right, is that Menzel? He's going to set sail for goal. Will he get a kind bounce? Not at all, but it might work out all right anyway. To his teammate who puts it on the boot and gets the goal, or has it been touched? Umpire says it's been touched. Oh, gee, that looked close. They were celebrating, but not to be. It's a minor score. Puts it back out to 26 points.
Yeah, they thought they'd snapped one there with the lucky bounce, the Eagles, but not to be. As Spina, directing traffic, comes out of fullback into that right back pocket. Long kick towards halfback. Big fly. Morris couldn't bring it down. Handball came out to Coombe. He was dispossessed. Ferns comes through. Handball into open space. Fallows fires it out to Wilsden. sort of shoveled it towards Wig again. Ferns has been, as Nick said earlier, throwing his body in throughout this first quarter. A couple of big tackles there, giving Coombe nowhere to go. From the restart, a bit of aerial ping pong. Mackay kneed it forward by Lachlan. Now Raak involved after getting it from Sam Ramsey, the former Panther. Not a great kick from Raak. And the umpire will award the free hit to the Eagles. Roland's got it. A boy from Balaclava. A wonderful player. Consistent footballer he's been with Woodville-West Torrens over the years. Nice kick, and Mackay just fell into the open space there. As you mentioned, he kicked 5 goals on debut in the big win against West Adelaide in round 1. Not a guy to just give any room to, but he was allowed to just pop into the hole and take a mark. He will line up for his first today. The Eagles 7th.
Yeah, read the drop of the ball best there, didn't he? There's a few around him, but he had eyes for it.
So Luke Mackay pushed that lead back out in excess of 5 goals. Close on quarter time. Just pushes to the left. Behind the result, the Eagles go ahead to 6-3-39. North 2 straight 12. Deep into time on in this first term.
So a couple of let-offs late there for the Roosters. They're only 27 points down. Did get out to 37 moments ago. Great intercept mark out there by Morris for the Eagles. Might give them one last late shot on goal here. Lots of numbers in front of him. Difficult to find a target. Man on man, the North Adelaide Roosters are playing at the moment in defence. Kick goes deep inside 50, and those North defenders line up. Ramsey dropped the mark, and then Menzel around the body, gets it across the face of goal. Lachlan down there lays a strong tackle and drags the ball over the line in the arms of the Eagle in the form of Newman. Likely only seconds remaining, I would say, in this opening term. Late chance here for the Eagles if they can make something of this ball in. Deep inside 50. Comes to the front of the contest. Zekeli down there. Gathers. Kicks a bit inboard-ish. There's an opportunity open here for the Eagles if they can intercept, which they can through Litzter. He's going to be just outside 50. Is he lining up for a shot on goal here? Seems to be motioning to do so, judging by that body language. Reckons he's got the range.
Wonderful defender. Not known for his goal kicking. Just 1 in 32 games.
Did get one in round 1. Outside 50 as it leaves the boot. Looks on target as it got the journey. Not quite. Punched over the line, rushed behind. Puts it out to a 28-point margin deep into first quarter here at Mortein Kia Oval.
Almost got another one in round 2 there, but as you said, Nick fell a couple of metres short. North happy to smash it through for that rush behind. 28 points they lead by now as Blaine O'Loughlin back from the Crows. Chips short. Nice kick. Keenan Ramsey, another former Adelaide Crow listed player from a few seasons back, kicks towards the outer wing. And Coombe got a little handball out towards Fellows. Wilsden just knocked it down. And the umpire says we'll throw it in on that outer wing. Slightly on attacking side of centre for Woodville-West Torrens. It's Harvey and Redden to go at it in the ruck. Harvey in front position, knocked it down. Herbert applying the pressure. A little handball came out for the Roosters. And high kick off a step from Sam Ramsey back towards half forward, knocked away from Wheelston. And a throw in will result.
It's been good, Ramsey. He's got his hands on it a few times. Useful for the Roosters on halfback.
So
footy, 6 touch, I reckon.
Footy to come in at right half forward. Again, the big men, we didn't say fly, but they go at it. One down row takes it. There is that quarter time siren. So at the first break, it is the Eagles, 6-4-40, leading North in this second term. Wonderful conditions at Woodville, and your first caller will be Nick Harris.
Play gets underway to start the second quarter. Funny old ruck contest. In the end, Redden did get the tap backwards to his mids. They get the clearance out of it, the Eagles, up towards the half-forward flank. Gathered pretty clean down there for North Adelaide. They chain up a couple of handballs, get it to Spina to kick up the line. Leading player out to it. He's taken a very good grab, Keenan Ramsey. It's an important contested mark. gain that territory and give them a chance to push forward here, the Roosters, early in the second. Gets it up towards the edge of attacking 50. Oh, is spoiled and comes to ground. Plenty of players around it from both sides. Very clean pick up in there. I think that came from Ferns. They get him back up the wing. The Eagles coming out. Menzel brings it to ground and follows up with a beautiful second effort. Perfect handball to Nichols. Looks inboard. Has to do a bit of a pirouette. 360. Now gets a kick up short to the edge of 50 and then coming out with some purpose there. Weckert couldn't complete the mark. Second effort's pretty good. Darts a handball back. Now the kick comes high inside 50. They charge over to try and put some pressure on. That might be a mark or a free kick. It's a free kick, but it's the way of the Roosters. Going the way of the skipper, Spina.
So Spina with the free kick in the left back pocket. His side, a lot of work to do, trailing by 28 points at quarter time. In addition to that score, very early days in this second term. Herbert back to Nichols with the handball. Spins around. High kick back towards 50. Van Husted's got his name all over this one. Takes a very nice grab. And we'll just settle things down. No, goes to Spina. North Adelaide still inside their defence. 50. Wig and 8 touches in that first quarter. It'll be his 9th. It's not getting much traction once they get past half back. North Adelaide. Contest there. Nichols wrestling with Mays. In the end, the ball out of play on that outer wing for a boundary throw-in. 28 points the lead to Woodville-West Torrens. A couple of minutes gone in the second quarter.
One of those funny old contests out there on the wing where both players tried to play for the free kick. In the end, umpire saw it as an even one. Toss back into play. Truce on a wing, out of side. Redden again winning the tap. Mays reading it pretty well. Then shepherding for his teammate, calling him in Raak. Still in dispute. Good fend off there. It was legal according to the umpire. Kick comes wide. Blacker takes the uncontested grab. Pushes back off the mark. Has the option short. Kick is good. Raak again taking the mark. Now he's just got a moment to steady. Again, another short kick drilled well. Hits up McInerney. Goal scorer in that first quarter for North. Really enjoying seeing them in that vertical stripe Guernsey. Reminds me of the North Adelaide of my junior years, going down to the parade and watching the legs whenever I could. That's a beautiful kick inside 50. Not into a Lockyer, just played on immediately. Perhaps didn't think it was going to be a mark. Handball to Blacker, fumble, recovers okay. Gets his hands back, but didn't hit the target. And Eagles have a chance to mop up, although Newchurch is in there feeding it back to Blacker. Ball still in dispute. Mays picked it up off the deck. It was drilled into the turf. Then a really strong tackle came from behind from North. Eagles do repel, but in the way is this North wall. Win the ball back, put it back into the top of 50 and hitting up Harrison Wigg, one of the better ball users on the North Adelaide side. See if he can find a target. Very crowded forward 50. Just moves it wide to Raak. He's directing traffic now as he looks for something. Option short was Blacker. Ignored that. Goes a bit more deep and hits up the open target. Is that Mays? No. It's Elbro.
Lovely kick, and Elbro ends up on the end of it. Talented young man, Harrison Elbro. I haven't seen a lot of him in this contest, but important kick early in this second term, that's for sure. North needing this goal.
Yeah, this for 3 in a row in this game. If he can put it through, really get him back into the contest. Get it back under 4 goals.
Will just be his second touch, Elbro.
Don't need a lot of touches when you play forward, but when you do get him, you want to make him count. Taking his time with his run up here, now getting a little momentum through it. Just comes off the side of the boot. Never really looked like a chance once it left the foot. Scrapes it in for a minor score. The first score of this second quarter, behind to the Roosters. Brings it back a touch to a 27-point margin.
Beacon chips short to his skipper in Sinor. Bit of a smile on Sinor's face. He thought about the handball, now goes out wide here to Morris, who hooks this kick back towards half-back Fleeton. Very nice grab for the Eagles. Want to get on with things. He does as charging through Beacon, has a bounce, has another. Picked a great running goal on the first term, one on this occasion, but his kick is a beauty. And it's marked here by Buck, and he's going to stroll in and kick his first for the afternoon. And the Eagles 8th. And they're out to a 33-point lead, 7-4-46. North Adelaide 2-1-13. And Beacon's run was just wonderful through the middle.
Yep.
And has put North Adelaide 5 minutes into the second quarter back out to a 30-plus point lead.
Yeah, frustrating to watch for North fans. They missed a set shot, and then the Eagles just charge up to the middle of the ground. That run coming through the middle there was impressive, and no one came to him. Who was his opponent there? He didn't get checked off halfback when he ran to get the handball receive, and then just took a couple of bounces. Didn't seem like any Roosters actually approached him to put pressure on that kick inside 50. And
no one near him.
Yeah.
After he got the handball from Fleeton, he was away and just finished so well, and Buck with his first did it nicely. Eagles dominant.
Yeah, very frustrating to watch for the Roosters supporters. Still an age of time left in the contest, but it feels like wrestled back control now the Eagles have. That's bounce favoured Harvey a little bit. Clearance will go the way of the North Adelaide through Coombe. Goes out wide towards Blacker. Bounce was cruel, but he laid a really strong tackle in there to lock the ball in that position. Brought Litz to ground. So centre wing, outer side. Decent crowd has built up here now at Morteam Care Oval. We've played 6.5 minutes second quarter. And the locals are being treated to dominant display for large parts of this contest so far. Players restarted. And then I think that was Lockyer Jr. getting it forward. Read off the bounce pretty well by Mays. Handball out wide to Blacker. Gets the kick away under pressure. Trickles it inside 50. Gathered by Keenan Ramsey to Spina. He's got an option in Wigg. Short takes it. Umpire says that is just enough for a mark. 14.9 metres that kick. That's enough. Given the benefit of the doubt and allow Wigg to go back and take what is a reasonably tough kick from about 50 out. The third goal of the afternoon if he can do it for North Adelaide. So Harrison Wigg gets around the mark a little bit and then kicks it into the man on the mark. Deloya reads it beautifully off the half volley. Nice collect. Repel kick goes out wide and he hits up Nichols on the lead.
Nichols looking for Rowe. Got 2 to beat. Finlay spoils well. Knocks it out, but straight to Weckett for the Eagles. Here's Rowe again. So dangerous, Jimmy Rowe, as he brings it into the middle and finds the veteran Goldsworthy. And he's got a man on the wing, the goal kicker in Buck, but Spina got back, spoiled him. Buck with him all the way. Spina just kicks it down the line, taking it there, Litster. Newchurch sees him over, and there'll be a boundary throw-in right in front of our commentary box on SANFL now. We hope you're enjoying the action, either on the sanfl.com.au or on the app, or afl.com.au or on the AFL app. All the options you can watch us with. There's one down there. It was big man Redden, but it's North away. Fellows to Newchurch, and Newchurch, a long kick down to the pocket. Ferns in front. Good defensive mark. Jack Ferns saves the day for the Eagles.
Jack Ferns at fullback. Goes one way, then the other, then just plays on to Thompson with a funny old handball along the ground. Gets put under pressure as he tries to kick up towards a teammate in Rowe. Now they're under a bit of pressure here. They've invited themselves, the Eagles. It's poor ball use. Strong tackle in there from Newchurch. Might have been too strong. In the back, says the umpire. They get away with it a bit there to the Eagles. Litz to take it. It's a little ginger as he gets up there. Should be right to take his kick at least. Gets a long one up the line to a pack. Redden out the back looks likely. In the end, went through his hands, and then juggling it down there. Ruck couldn't quite, Hilda couldn't quite get his hands to it cleanly, and it goes over the boundary line at the interchange gates as they ring the change as the Roosters turn back into an arm wrestle in the last few minutes following that goal to Buck for the Eagles. Scoring has dried up a bit compared to the early part of that first quarter. Redden wins that tap decisively. Goldsworthy's kick smothered. Mays gathers back to O'Loughlin. Turns back into the middle of the ground. Gets it on the left foot. Up towards half forward. Good body work down there from Fleeton. Put the ball to ground, but first to it is Newchurch. Bit of pace. Gets a goal kick away. Is it on target? It's just going to be rushed over by Thompson at the last minute. Great defensive work there by the Eagles. Stops another major for the Roosters.
Thompson did it very nicely. He brings it back into play. Rowland. A little chip kick over the top. Looking there for Sinor. Didn't come off. Beacon, handball's out. Elbro was good. Mays back in front of Elbro. Now tries looking there for Lockyer. Zeckerly, pardon me. But the Eagles will get some run out of defence as Ferns on the end of a string of handballs just bangs it towards the outer wing. Spina though for North Adelaide to Van Husted. Little kick past Frengel. There's another opportunity. Now a chance here for Fallows. Back to Frenkel, tight on the line. Sam Ramsey's got it. What he doesn't have is room, and it's out of bounds. And a boundary thrown on the outer wing. Eastern wing here at Woodville Oval. Some fans in attendance. A nice smattering of red and white in the crowd. Green, gold and blue as well. There's Harvey crashing into Redden. Coming through Fallows. Got it out there towards player in Mays. But he's going nowhere, and again, umpire will take control.
Alex Spina now leading disposal winner on the ground with 13. Coombe 11 and Wig 11 also.
Worked hard, the skipper for North Adelaide, as Nichols' little kick. This may come off Barkler. Away and running with a bounce. Long kick inside 50. Newman backing back. Ballenden there. Falls awkwardly. Coming up with it, O'Loughlin. Goes short, and Van Hufsted should clear for the Roosters.
Goes in the direction of Sam Ramsey. This game I've enjoyed so far. He's definitely putting in 100%. Moves it back to Van Hufsted. North may try and play a bit of keepings off here. Although they do have to go to a contest now. And it's brought to ground. Some good aerial work from the Eagles. They're going to get a repeat entry here. Kick came, perhaps I think from Barclay into the pocket. Not going to find a target, and then just assisting it over the boundary line there. Hilda, deep inside defensive 50 for the Roosters. 7-4-46 leads the Eagles over North's 2-2-14, 32-point margin. 12 real minutes into the second quarter. The electronic scoreboard is back up and running, saying 9 minutes 40 seconds of play elapsed. Got ball tossed back into play. Tap to the front of the contest. No player really able to get clean possession, and we'll have a repeat throw in about 25 around from the Eagles' goal.
To see it up and running again, the electronic scoreboard. A couple of minutes off, time-wise, but the score's right. Not one that North Adelaide would like to see. But it is correct. They trail by 28 points. Mid-stages of this second term. Weckett to Deloya. Well done. Very nice play to Barkler. He fires at the goals, but it's away to the left.
Close.
Close indeed. Through for a behind. Margin out to 29 points now in favour of Woodville-West Torrens. 12.5 gone second term.
Lachlan takes the kick in, and a nice long kick it is too, but it goes to 3 Eagles. Deloya wins it off the contest. Gets it on that left boot up towards full forward. Enough Roosters there, you'd think, to stop this one from being a major. Gathered by Frengel. It's a short kick into the back pocket. Moves it quickly to McCann. He goes up to the wing. Now they've got a chance perhaps to go forward with some purpose if they can get some numbers back in attacking half of the ground. Has to just wait for some reinforcements to move forward. There's a very short option in Blacker. Has to dive to complete the mark, although not called a mark. Must have just coughed it up at the last moment. Kick didn't do him any favours. Now the Eagles have won it back. They come to the near wing to Menzel. Contest in the air, brought the ball to ground, and it was won by the Roosters. O'Loughlin receives the short trickle kick, ducked his head into the contest. Umpire says play on. And they're just a bit fumbly at the moment, the Roosters, from this Eagles pressure. They're going to win the ball here, the Eagles. They're going to get back inside through Nichols, or are they? He goes wide, finds Buck. He's going to go wide too, to the lead of Weckett. 3-goal kicker from the first quarter. Been a bit quieter so far in the second, and then not going to get a possession there because he's wrapped up in a really strong tackle as soon as he gets near the ball. So a little fumbly here from the Roosters means they couldn't take full advantage of that possession they had on the outer side, and then the contest here in front of commentary position. Eagles hot on their heels.
From the restart. North Adelaide through Ramsey. High kick, out of play on the full. That was Sam Ramsey. The free kick to Rowland. Chip short. Mackay's got it. Right half forward. Side leading by 33 points. He chips up inside 50. Rowe was out on the lead, then stopped abruptly. Wasn't Sam Ramsey to almost go aerial there. Frengel liked what he did with the tackle. The umpire didn't. And back in the action there at ground level was Jimmy Rowe, and he'll get the shot on goal. He'll line up for his second and the Eagles' 8th. Just right idea from Frengel, just a little bit too aggressive in the end. So Rose got the footy. So that's become the second multiple goal scorer for Woodville-West Torrens this afternoon. He's done it. Never in doubt from Jimmy Rowe. He gets his second. The Eagles skip ahead 8-5-53. North 2-2-14. A game-high lead of 39 points now to Woodville-West Torrens. We've gone almost 16 minutes in this second term, and it's just all the Eagles. 8-5 plays 2-2.
Yeah, all that hard work the Roosters were doing to fight back into the contest, and they find themselves down by the biggest margin of the game so far, as you correctly called, John. It's a challenging afternoon ahead, it seems, for North Adelaide. Still, if they can start to eat away at it from here on in and try and get it back under perhaps 4 goals by half-time, you just never know. To be fair, they've just got to get one on the board in the second quarter before they worry about 2 or 3. I will recall that bounce. It's went a little further away than he might have liked. Moving into the ruck now is Finlay for the Roosters. Up they get. It was won by the Eagles. Tap down the throat of Sinor, but he's wrapped up in a really strong tackle from Fellows. So we'll go again. Rucks tangle. Bit of a disputed tap. Heavy numbers around the ball. Clearing kick came out of the contest for the Eagles up towards half forward. Gathered pretty well off the bounce, but then brought to ground and ball spilled out in the process. No holding the ball against Newman. Ball in dispute still at the forward flank. Gathered cleanly by the Eagles. That was a nice little look-away handball from Williams. DeLoyer puts him inside 50. Fly up the back. Came from Fringle. Couldn't get a fingertip to it. Perhaps not to give away the free kick. Still live here for the Eagles if they can get it squirted out of this contest. Lots of players around the footy there. Good luck getting a clean touch. The umpire has finally blown the whistle. We'll have a ball up maybe 4 or 5 metres out from the Eagles' goal. The umpire tosses it up quickly just as the rucks arrive. And then throwing his weight around in there, Hilda, winning the ball and allowing them to get it away from that dangerous area of the ground, although not outside 50. Ball spilled out of DeLoyer's hands as he was tackled. Little handball back is okay. Now they have an opportunity to get it outside defensive 50, but not with much purpose. Read pretty well off the bounce there by Ferns. He gets a booming kick on it. It's going to go right to the boundary line. Is that not a free kick against O'Loughlin? They're appealing for it. Doesn't matter because it's out of bounds on the full. North will get the ball back. And the umpire's getting a little friendly advice from the locals on that one as well, I think.
No, 3 to the Eagles, and it's going to be Buck to line up for his second.
Oh, the umpire did see it then.
Eagles, if he's successful, pushing a lead past 40 points.
Curls it around. That looks not bad, just on the skinny side. Does go to 40 points, but just exactly 40. They go to 8-6-54, leading North 2-2-14.
So it will be McCann to bring the footy back into play for the Roosters. They come down the middle. And the end goes just out towards the left there at half back where Nichols picks up, punts it back inside 50. Knocked away from Newman. Trying to slap it on Goldsworthy. O'Loughlin will give over the top, was nice. And the Roosters look to clear. Elbro got rid of his opponent. Now a chance for McInerney close to the boundary. Did nicely, but his kick was touched. Play on the call. Thompson tackled on the boundary there by Elbro. In the end, slips over the line for a throw-in. And the ball will come back in. Slightly attacking side of centre for Woodville-West Torrens. In front, Hilda wins this one down. Newchurch was good to Elbro. Goes back in the Newchurch direction. DeLoyer. Ground level. Tried to shovel it out. Beacon couldn't take it. Harvey. Mays. Wig off a step. Down the line. Nice save and grab, though, by the ever-reliable Luke Thompson.
Yeah, they're grateful he is in this week because he's playing a good game down there for them defensively. Little short kick. It's effective. And playing on quickly as Beacon gets into the middle of the ground. Ball's in dispute. One back there by Hilda for North Adelaide. And little handball to his teammate who was wrapped up immediately in the middle of the ground into the centre square. Tossed up quickly. Redden back in the ruck. Or is that Ballenden? Might have been Ballenden, in fact, for The Eagles, they win the clearance and get it inside 50. Have a nasty bounce for there to handle for Wilsden. Still live here for the Eagles. Just hassling these North defenders. They've tapped it into the pocket. Can he keep it in play? Menzel, yes he can. It'll fend off, gets the kick away. Not going to be long enough for a kick. Handball back to him. Gets the kick towards goal and he's put it through. That's another one to the Eagles. This time it's Barkler. Gets his first of the day. Yet another goal kicker added to the score sheet for Woodville-West Torrens. Their ninth of the afternoon. Takes them to 9-6-60, up to 46 points if you don't mind. We played just in a red time, almost 21 minutes gone in the second quarter here at Team Kia Oval.
Yeah, well done by Barkley. He's done some good things today, getting on the score sheet now. And, gee, North Adelaide, there's still a half a footy to play, but you can just tell where this game is headed. The Eagles are going to win it, I feel, from here. They're just playing so dominantly. Don't want to rule the Roosters out. Yeah. Remember the infamous 2018 preliminary final, but that seems a long time ago.
Yeah, especially considering the circumstances of that game. They might not quite see a similar finish here.
But we'll keep North in it, but gee, they've been totally outplayed in this first half. Little handball from Deloyer. I had to have a couple of goes at it, but he did it well in the end. Now goes towards 50. Leaping high Newman. The back there, Rack. And the ball out of play. And it will be a free kick, last possession to the North Adelaide side. Spina comes in, wants something on in terms of the short kick. Rack just going to go long towards Big Harvey, off hands. Morris waiting at the back. Beacon, who's provided incredible run out of defence today for the Eagles. Lovely kick. Nichols crunched into the very end there by Van Husted. Gets it up to McCann, and the Roosters will clear towards this wing position. Problem is that ball wasn't touched, so it'll be a last possession free kick to the Eagles. Litster to take it, just in front of the players' race. And Woodville-West Torrens maybe make it 10 for the half. 22, almost 23 minutes gone. Long kick, Litster. Sweeping back though. Very nice mark, Dyson Hilda. Saving the day for North Adelaide. Sends it back towards half back, but Sinor gets in the way. The Eagles to attack again. Joe Sinor pops it up towards the hot spot. North Adelaide had the numbers, and it's Hilda who'll clear out towards half back where he finds McInerney.
Just stuck out the one mitt and took the grab. Gets it quickly on to Lockyer Jr. He turns quickly. He's got some players ahead, including an unchecked man in Elbro. He goes quickly over the top to McCann. Run on the outside. And then chip kick up to Newchurch. Marks on, attacking 50. Gets held up for a moment, so he can't move it too quick. Now some time for some players to move back. Quarter play on now. Quick little handball goes to McInerney. He puts it inside 50. He got just teammates lining up, and a few Woodville-West Torrens players throw their arms out and go, who was checking that bloke? They all look at each other, can't figure it out. And Lockyer Jr. looks like he'll be lining up for his first and only the third goal of the day for North if he can kick it.
They have to work hard for them. They need to make the most of them to be any chance when they get it.
Absolutely. This kick looks not bad off the boot. Has he just snuck it home? No, he's pushed it across the face. Have to kick those, you'd say, to be any chance in the second half. As it is, they go to 2-3-15, back down to a 45-point margin.
A frustrating miss. He should have nailed that. Lockyer is nice mark from the Morris kick in by Ferns. It'll be a 25 as well against Wig. So it will bring Ferns to that outer wing. Former Seaton Rambler. He puts the Eagles towards 50. Buck had it knocked away from O'Loughlin. Elbro streaming through. Little kick finds Lockyer Jr. And turn chips towards half forward. Nice take, Finlay. Off to Zeckerly with some run. Has a couple of bounces. Hits 50. Right into the chest, though, goes the kick. And Morris, not only a great smother, but then a big sig of the kick. Big sig of the boot into that one. Torp down the wing. Off hands, out of bounds. And a throw-in results. I think they need a new footies. I think that last one bounced over the fence there, and here comes a new one. Not quite a Morris special there with the torp that put it onto the ground, but it wasn't bad. And we'll have a restart boundary throw in there as they work hard to bring the footy back. It's North 2-3-15, trailing the Eagles 9-6-60, 25 and a half gone in this second quarter. Closing it on half-time, the Eagles well in control by 45 points.
Yeah, they can hardly put a foot wrong at the moment, the Eagles. Conversely, North Adelaide feels like nothing's going their way. Ball dropped to the feet of the rucks there, and we'll have another ball up in the same position. Just going to start winning the little battles if they can here, North Adelaide, and see what might come in the second half. Winning a clearance to start would be good. The Eagles win this one. Little chip kick to Beacon. This game's been really impressive off half-back. Moves it by hand quickly. Now the kick goes up towards half-forward. Ballenden competing well in the ruck, in the air rather, and almost completing the mark. Spina spun around as he tried to get the handball away. Puts his teammate under a bit of pressure as well in Frengel. He's brought in strong tackle to ground, and the Eagles lock the ball in their forward 50. Hard to see, that was McCann, apologies. Hard to see where the next goal's coming from North Adelaide at the moment. Eagles just winning every little contest. Ballenden ends up with ball in hand, gets a curling kick towards goal. Has it got the distance? It has! Put another one on the board, John Nankerville for the Eagles. They skip away even further, out to a game high, 51 points now. And Ballenden, is that his first? I think it might be.
It is.
They get another goal kicker on the list as well. They had 13 last week. They could be on track to top that. Last match 2 weeks ago. They could be on track to beat that in round 2.
Well, he had a shot for goal early in the contest, which was...
That's right, the goal assist.
Yeah, it's goal assist, exactly. It fell short and was marked by Weckett, who kicked his first. But that was a strange one. That was just a fantastic kick from Ballenden. Curled it back beautifully from a big distance. Nails his first, and now, as you said, Nick, 51 points the lead. Closing in on half-time, and the Eagles just absolutely dominant. This side who really was off the pace in 2023 to start the season anyway. They win against West in round 1, and their first half here against North has been super impressive as Redden wins it down. Williams shovels out the little handball. Sinor. Rowe now besieged. Ball up the result, attacking side of centre for North Adelaide. It's interesting, Harvey, so often the guy who monsters the opposition ruckman, can't do that against Redden. And I notice as soon as Harvey moves into the ruck, there's Redden alongside him to take away that advantage for North Adelaide. Redden slams it down. Williams to Sinor. And the kick, a wobbly one off the side of the boot from Fleeton. There was a push in the back, but time has probably brought that free kick from being taken and run out. And so at half-time, it is the Eagles. 10-6-66 leading North 2-3-15. A margin there of...
Not rushing it, that's for sure. And worth the wait for an excellent bounce to start the second half. Jared Redden wins that tap. Kick came out of that contest for the Eagles. Charging out to meet it, James Rowe. Wheels back onto that right boot, gets towards half forward. Ballenden went hard at it, couldn't grab the mark. And then quick kick there came from McCann to get it up towards half forward for North. Coming out and getting thrown to the ground in there as the Eagles defender. Managed to gather it cleanly though through Morris. He gets hands to his teammate, takes a couple of bounces along the wing. Have a third one, why not? No, elects to kick instead. Does Williams. Get another touch for him. Goes deep into the pocket but intercepted by Wilsden. And he turns it over in front of goal to a man you definitely do not want to give it to in front of the big sticks in Jimmy Rowe, who will line up for goal number 3.
It's that one little bit of play there from Wilsden. Don't mean to pick on him, but it just encapsulates North Adelaide's day to day. And as you said, Rowe lining up for goal number 3 now. And to put the Eagles out, if he's accurate, to a 57-point game-high lead.
So, yeah, frustrating viewing there for Roosters supporters. First minute of the second half, and they absolutely butcher it in the last line of defence, basically. And this would be basically insurmountable lead, you'd think, if he could get him out to 57 early in the third. Never in doubt, that one off the boot. Jimmy Rowe gets his third. 11th of the day for the Eagles. They've put it out now to 11-6-72. Front by 57 over North, 2-3-15.
He's played a good game, as he so often does, for Woodville-West Torrens today, James Rowe. It's 14 touches, 3 goals, 1 in each of the quarters, and just going along like all of his teammates. Really very good footy at the moment from him, and terrible start to this second half from the Roosters. Couldn't have gone much worse. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter, and they find themselves yet another goal down as Redden in the middle up against Harvey. A great bounce from the umpire. Redden takes it out the air. Little handball into open space. Coombe shoveled it forward. No one can cleanly take it. Now Deloyer. Got a handball back towards Sinor. Coombe diving back in, working hard for the footy. Umpires pinged these ones before, though. Player on the bottom of the pack there was the Eagles player. Didn't do enough in Sinor to get rid of it, so Coombe comes up with the free.
10 Roosters around appealing for it, so they were pretty convinced.
Campbell Coombe, the 2020 Magarey medalist, long kick inside 50. Loose footy, comes back here towards McKay. Elbro wraps him up. Umpire again watched just for a second there. I thought he was going to pick him, but he didn't. Happy to take control. 55 out from the North Adelaide goals. Big men crash into each other. Chance here for Elbro. Roland leading his opponent to the footy, couldn't pick it up. Sinor to Mackay. Beacon off a step from 50. Harvey drops what he should have taken. Coming through Frengel.
Oh, it's in the back. No.
Probably unlucky not to get one for the shove there, but play on the call. Little handball came out from Williams. Loose footy. Goldsworthy head over the ball. Slapped it back. Did it well to Mackay now. Menzel kicked the first of the game down half back. Nice kick. And Weckett's got it for the Eagles. He spins around. High ball. Back towards 50. Van Husted pulled to ground there by Buck. Play on the call. Buck quick kick around the corner. And Big Ballenden takes the mark. So Ballenden can go back for his second of the day. 40 out, slight angle. And make it back-to-back goals to start this third term for for the Eagles, should I say.
Van Husted might feel a bit stiff there not to have been given an infringement in the marking contest free kick, but umpire had a better view than we did.
So Ballenden to push North's lead in excess of 10 goals. Drifts across the face and in the end misses it all. Out of bounds on the full. North to take the free in that left back pocket. Eagles stay with that 57-point lead.
One of their better players today, among many good players for the Eagles, Ballenden, but he had a kick straight. He could have had him maybe in the votes even. He may still yet do so. Big fly over the back there from Beacon. Didn't get anywhere near the ball. Umpire said it was okay. Morris ends up with the footy and kicks it out of bounds on the full. North fans starting to get a little restless here. Felt like they've been hard done by a few calls in a row now. Harrison Wigg will be the North player to take the free kick. Basically from 50 out of his defensive goal. Gets a bit of momentum through it, gets under it a bit and just sets it up high, middle of the ground. Big punch came from behind from Finlay. The lawyer reads it best on that left boot. Back inside 50 for the Eagles. They have to sit and wait under it. Weckett charges out and corrects the contest. Front and centre is Rowe. Gets it into the pocket. Menzel's lurking. Gathers off his toes cleanly. And then on the left, centering ball to Ballenden, uncontested. And becoming a bit of a procession now for the Eagles. This is turning into a dirty old day for Roosters fans.
It's too easy. It's just too easy for the Eagles. The North just aren't even competing right now. I mean, Menzel was a wonderful play. He did that wonderfully well, but where was the opposition? Just none to be seen.
Yeah, Jacob Surgeon likely pulling his hair out in the coach's box. Ballenden looks to correct his miss from moments ago. That one's a much nicer kick. Umpire did not move. He slots his second. Got his first late in that second quarter. Now early in the third, he's got another one next to his name. Goes out to 63-point margin. We've played about 6 minutes or so, third quarter.
And just getting from bad to worse, North Adelaide. But as good as the Eagles are, and they've been wonderful, this has really been, as you said, a dirty day for the Roosters. And I'm not saying they've given up, but there just appears to be no fight out there right now. There's no fight whatsoever. And the Eagles are playing very well, but North have got to give it something, anything, just to get some respect into this contest. Otherwise, this is going to be a really humiliating day for them as Harvey charges at Redden. Redden still wins it down, tries to toe poke it off the ground. Fallows shoveled out the handball. A little toe poke from Sam Ramsey. Rowland did it nicely, knocked it down to Herbert. Chance for a row after received the Sinor handball. A little kick falls short, and Raak's got it for North Adelaide at half back. Again, North player flat-footed. Herbert comes through to Bacala, back to Herbert. Now Big Redden.
Gee, that's not bad.
Nice pass. He finds Newman. He's moving quicker than some of the North boys. Redden at the moment. Newman inside 50. Spiner, courage. Absolute courage from the North Adelaide skipper. Nichols may still get a goal for the Eagles. He does. He's grubbed it through. The Eagles go to a 69-point lead. Take nothing away from that Nichols goal. It was fantastic, but that's one of the gutsier things you're going to see on a footy field from Spiner there, just coming in, the North Adelaide skipper, putting his body on the line, and he copped one for it. He's okay, it would appear. He's up, I think, and moving about, but gutsy stuff from the North skipper. Another goal to the Eagles. They're 14th, 7.5 gone third quarter, but too easy again for the Eagles.
Yeah, they need Spiner to be all right because he's been their best by far today. That goal brought to us with the support of Amy, who supports community footy in SA. Amy does. Make sure to tick Amy on your CTP and Rego when you come to renew. And yeah, it's really getting ugly now. 69 points and seeming like it's going to be even more in a moment as another clearance is going to go the way of the Eagles through Jimmy Rowe. There's plenty of time and space in the middle of the ground just to get some purpose on that kick. Almost got it in the hands of Ballenden. Couldn't quite get his hands to it. Under siege again here, the defences of North Adelaide. Goldsworthy picks it up out of the contest. Short kick in the Weckert direction. Off the bounce, couldn't collect it. Still live. Goldsworthy followed up his effort. Deloyes charges through. Shrugs one tackle. Wheels around on the left and has an open teammate in Sinor. The top of attacking 50. And the skipper can go back and add his name to the score sheet as well. This would be 75 points if he can kick truly from about 50 out.
Yeah, well done to the skipper. Just found an open scap, slipped into it, and now can line up for his first and continue the misery for North Adelaide.
So much about this team for the Eagles today has been proactive, whereas Roosters seem so reactive. That looks like a beautiful kick from 50 out. It's got the distance and the accuracy. Add another one to the tally. They're 14th, if you don't mind. Under 10 minutes gone, third quarter. 75-point margin. The goals keep coming to the Eagles.
They certainly do. They've started this second half with an absolute flurry.
They like that end, don't they?
Of goals, they certainly do. They've kicked 4 straight to no score in the first 9 minutes of this third term. And you're spot on, Nick. They kicked 6 goals, 4 in the first quarter. 6-1 of those before North Adelaide had even scored. And now they've kicked 4 straight in this term to see themselves well out in front now. A big lead.
Since quarter time, they kicked 8 goals, 2. So they've really been accurate too. They've taken basically full advantage of all that time in forward half.
Redden. This time he's going to go against Finlay. Trying to change something up in the middle. The Roosters bringing Finlay into the ruck. Normally a key defender. 14-6-90 to North 2-3-15. Margin of 75 points. Williams, who's been busy, to Herbert. Back to Williams. Oh, wonderful pace. Like the old mosquito fleet. And Ballenden. Great mark going to ground. The big man got rid of his opponent and then took a wonderful grab falling backwards. Connor Ballenden. He can line up for goal number 3 for his personal tally. He is second in this third term.
Just at the start of that centre bounce, they started to move Keenan Ramsey back North Adelaide to try and get a man behind the ball. But when it comes in that thick and fast and accurate, the spare man can't do anything.
Not a thing, as Ballenden should not miss from here. Puts it to the left, brings it back, but not enough. So the first blemish on the scoreboard after 4 straight to the Eagles. 76 points they now lead by. 11 gone in this third quarter. North Adelaide desperate to try anything to put some respect back on the board.
So Spina brings it in from fullback with a roost up the middle of the ground. Goes off hands out the back. Finlay, look away, hand pass, didn't find a target. One back by the Eagles. They chain up the handballs around the back. One just a bit loose there, and then ducking the head, cupping one high. He paid the free kick. Well, I think that's Beacon. It's been very good. Kick was very good too to Nichols. Quick hands on to Mackay. Goes up towards full forward for yet another contest for the Eagles. Near attacking goal. Dropped the footy there, did Rowe, but no call against him. Now it's in dispute. Plenty of Roosters diving in to try and lock it up. That's got to be a high tackle. Looked like his head got ripped off there. The young North Adelaide player, no Lachlan. Nothing doing, no. By may have been blindsided. Maybe O'Loughlin was putting some mayo on it, not sure. Play restarted. Ballin doing the right work inside 50 against Finlay for the Roosters. Kick goes out of the contest towards goal. Goalkeeping on the very last line. Spina. Good to see him up and about after that heavy contest earlier in this quarter. Gets called to play on. So he's going to go long and wide. Try and give his defensive teammates some relief. Fell into the hands there of the North Adelaide forward who couldn't quite complete the mark. Regardless, they tidied up with a couple of handballs at the back of the contest. Kick goes up the wing, but inaccurate. And outstretched arms of Hilda couldn't reel it in. No touch on it. Last possession, free kick going the way of the Eagles. So
the Eagles on that outer wing looking to try and get something going, as they've managed to do so often today. It's Litster loading up a long ball. Wackett flew very high, couldn't bring it down. Williams came through determinedly. Diving Barkler couldn't bring it down. Spina. It's a new church now. O'Loughlin just pops it up. Sam Ramsey marks it defensive 54 North Adelaide. Goes down the line and finds Zeckerly. And turns chip short. And McInerney's got it. Little tug on the jumper there. We'll see a 25 against Fleeton. McInerney goes short, Elbro. 55 from goal. Chips to the run there of Hilda. And that was good footy from North Adelaide. A little bit of an advantage. It was definitely worthy with that little tug on the jumper, but they moved that nicely from the kick in. And now Hilda has a chance.
They did move it well. Poor old Roosters supporters will be going, where's that been for the last 2.5 quarters? Especially since quarter time. They haven't scored a goal since 22.5 minute mark of the first quarter. So they could love to get one back here and just feel like they're getting something out of this game.
Hilda has kicked the goal for North Adelaide. Their first, as Nick told you, since the 22-minute mark of the first term. 14 gone third quarter. And North Adelaide go to 3-3-21. Eagles 14-7-91. Hilda kicks his first. And I don't know if you'd call it a fight back, but it was a nice bit of footy from North Adelaide, credit where it's due. And it ended well as Dyson Hilda, the very underrated, unsung Dyson Hilda, 66 games, 68 goals he's kicked, the boy from Walkerville. And North Adelaide bridged the gap back to an even 60 points there.
You mentioned it earlier in the quarter, John. It's about respectability at the moment, isn't it, for North, just to show that they're capable and put a bit of pride back in the Guernsey. There's their 70 points adrift, but still time enough in this quarter to peg it back a bit further and give themselves something to play for in the final quarter. They move this one with a bit of purpose now. Sam Ramsey gets another touch, puts him inside 50. Falls to the ground. Little handball there to Morris was really good from, I think it was Beacon. They go up the line. Couldn't quite get the mark, but it was a pretty good effort in the air from Barkler. Defensive work behind him too was effective from McCann. So we toss back in front of the Eagles bench. Rucks will line up. So Ballenden might be relieving in there for Woodville-West Torrens. It's a lawyer, as he so often does, got hands to it off the contest. Couldn't get a possession away. He's hunting it though. Clearing kick comes the way of North Adelaide to Harvey. Seems to be might be resting up forward for a moment. It's a big booming right foot all the way up to full forward. Unfortunately, the target fell over as it left the boot. Interesting little punch up of the ball in the air by the Eagles defender, and then off the boot and trickling over the line from Zane Williams for the Eagles. It'll be tossed back into play around 30 metres out from goal, 35 out. at the North Adelaide end.
Back-to-back goals will be nice for North. Some reward for some effort in the last few minutes, but they're going to do it first. Ballenden against Hilda. Streaming through there. Beacon got the handball out. Past defence of 50 North. Mays dives in. Little give there from Elborough up to Newchurch. Ball spilt free. Rowland to Barkler. Now McKay off half-back for the Eagles. Did it well to Newman. Left foot kick towards half-forward.
No one home.
No one home at all. But it's Buck who's got it. So the Eagles keep surging. Herbert, 55, out. What can he find in the pocket now? A desperate diving Troy Menzel who gets there in front of Frengel. And he can go back and line up for his second after he kicked the first of the game. And it will be the Eagles' 15th. They lead by that even margin of 70.
Decent running there by Menzel. He was on the flank as they won that ball in the middle of the ground, and then he's run back to the goal square to present that lead. So working hard to earn a shot on goal, in spite of the fact that there was a number of North players in defensive 50. They couldn't zone off and stop him from offering that lead.
17.5 gone, third term. Menzel lining up.
Tough shot. For
the big kick. Tucked around in that cricket net's pocket. Just drops top of the goal square where the pack has formed. Footy comes, well, it was off hands, but no, North Adelaide have claimed the mark down there, so they will look to clear from the last line of defence through Wilsden.
Booming right foot gets him out to the back flank, almost to the centre square, but intercepted by the Eagles. Handball was quick to Ferns. Goes to DeLoyer. Now to Morris. Got some time and space, sends it to the hot spot, and just popping up, taking a nice grab. Buck. A few options there. I think it might have been Menzel coming over the back of him. They also could have taken that grab. Just queuing up at the moment inside 50. Each wanting their turn, the Eagles. Buck does not yet have a goal to his name, I don't think.
No,
so
he has kicked one.
He has kicked one. So he's lining up for his second. Straight in front, real breeze to speak of. 40 or so, maybe 35 out as he takes the kick off the right boot. Umpire's doing a lot of work. Still too much work. Minor score takes it to 14-8-92. 71-point margin. North just 3-3-21.
A long kick back towards halfback, knocked down. Lockyer comes through. To Mays, under pressure, gets it up here to Blacker. Lockyer involved again. Nice vision finds Coombs. Some run from McCann, who had some good touches in the first quarter. Long kick, Harvey, too strong for Ferns. Got rid of his opponent. And big Mitch Harvey, who is a goal kicker, can go back and line up for goal.
They kicked two in round one. Who knows where they are?
180th game, 179 goals. Had a wonderful season back in 2014, long time ago, I know now, playing with Port Adelaide Magpies. Their first year as the Powers reserves. He played a lot of footy up forward that year. So I think he would fancy himself, Harvey. Goes at it with the right boot, looks pretty good. Sails it over the goal umpire's head. So North Adelaide, they do get the back-to-back goals in the end. They go to 4-3-27. Eagles 14-8-92. And we're pushing ever closer towards time on in this third quarter. But just hit it now, 20 minutes gone.
Yep.
So, well, good to see some fight. Back-to-back goals for North Adelaide. Their first score since the first goal since the first quarter. But they still trail by 65 points.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're further behind than they were at halftime, so they're still losing this quarter at the moment. What's done is done. Just going to try and win the game from here on in. Back-to-back goals. For the second time, actually, today, both of their goals have come back-to-back. So they've had patches, but for the most part, it's been Woodville-West Torrens who have been far superior, as the scoreboard reflects. Umpire once more in no rush to get this bounce just right. In the end, it does go a little wayward. Umpire's happy to let it go, though. Redden takes advantage and gets them inside 50. Ballenden cleared some space behind the contest, couldn't get hands to it. Nice little look-away handball there from Newman. Gets it back again. Got it to Mackay. He hits a trickle goal. And he kicks it. Nice finish there. Elementary, really, for the Eagles. It was almost party trick time, really. And as soon as North work hard to get one, the Eagles within about 15 seconds get it back. Courtesy perhaps of a bit of a wayward centre bounce, but nonetheless he's still got to kick him. And certainly the Eagles have kicked him today. They get their 15th.
Becomes their 10th goal scorer, Luke Mackay. You mentioned earlier in the game, kicked 5 against Westies back in round 1. 6 goals from 2 games. Dangerous player, whether in the midfield or up forward. And
they have some avenues to goal, don't they? The Eagles.
They sure
guys
do.
That can put it on the board. They're going to be a threat this year to everyone else in the competition. They seem on track for something special perhaps in 2024.
Rowe pushing and shoving there with Coombe. Interesting little duel between a couple of very talented boys. Redden wins this one down. Umpires found a free. They go in the way of North. Wig will take the advantage. Drives it towards Lockyer. Ferns spoiling him. Litzter back towards Ferns. Lockyer, though, good second effort. Follows it up. Handball into open space. Williams. Nice little give to Deloyer. Now a chance for Rowe. Litzter off a step. Looks to clear the line. The long kick. Getting up high. Knocking it down was Wheelsden. Swinging it now towards Redden was Newman. He gives off to Sinor. Sets a task there for Rowe. Wig off a step. High kick back towards half forward. Ferns flew high. Thompson there as well. Tariq Newchurch tackled well and dispossessed. Should be a free kick back here to the Eagles. It will go the way of Rowland at defensive 50. So Sam Rowland with the footy. Just chipped short. And now a chance for Litzter.
Takes the uncontested mark and finds another open teammate in Newman. He finds one in Deloyer, who barely had to break stride to complete that mark and have just a casual bounce on the outer wing, and then went off the right boot. And characteristically for him, it was smothered. Little toe poke there was Gary Abel-esque as it got to Tarek Newchurch, who then just gets held up and has to kick it further up in the air than it did across the ground. Pack forms underneath it. They bring it over. Newchurch with some pace is going to follow up here and then goes off the toe poke ground ball. Teammate went in to pick it up and then got absolutely poleaxed between 2 Eagles. Brought to ground. Of North Adelaide supporters out on the hill there. Made the journey to Montine Care Oval and wouldn't be terribly enjoying what they've seen so far. He's at the right end at least right now for the Roosters. Quick hands there was good to Wig. He's also moving along by hand to Harvey. Gets it on the outside to Raak. Moved up from the back line. His kick is the kick of a backman, really, and goes out of bounds without being touched. Rowland will take the return position kick, short. And he finds Jimmy Rowe, who's ventured a long way from home as well, up to the back pocket. Moves it to fullback, and they'll go across the ground to Luke Thompson.
So Thompson camped in that right back pocket, decides to come long out towards half back. Knocked down Elbro to Blacker. Umpire's whistle's gone. Yeah. Nichols was away and running, but footy's going to come back here to Elbro. I think it was felled up disposal, pardon me, as Blacker has it. Downfield, left half forward. Drives it long towards the top of the goal square. Harvey 2 to beat, knocked away from him. Williams has been mopping up nicely down there in defence, did well. Little chip kick back off, fumble from Thompson. Litzter to Williams. They refuse to concede the Eagles. They bring it out towards Fleeton, who's got it defensive 50.
They can fumble it in the goal square and still get away with it.
It's been that sort of day for the Eagles as Fleeton does nicely. Squares up, finds the big man Redden.
That was a beautiful kick.
25 and a half gone in this third term as Redden finds Goldsworthy. The Eagles well and truly in control as they have been all day. Morris driving it towards half forward, bouncing football, but held on to there by O'Loughlin, will get the free. Chance for the Eagles maybe to get a late one. Zach Bucks kicked a couple
25
today, 25-metre penalty, so it's downfield I think actually. No, it is going to stick with Bucky. Handballed it off to Menzel, but
he wanted to give him the goal, didn't he?
It's going to stay with Buck downfield. And he will line up, the former Port District boy, for what will be his second. One earlier in the game, in the second quarter, but still looking for number 2. Big chance from here, Zach Buck. One of many good players today in the green, gold and blue. His kick drifts a bit to the right, but I think he's snuck it home.
Oh.
He has. So the Eagles get yet another 16-8, 104 North, 4-3, 27. Buck gets his second for the afternoon. And Woodville-West Torrens just continue on this dominant display.
Yeah, look out whoever's got Woodville-West Torrens next week. They are in some form. They came in for a thumping victory in round one. They're going to run away with it. Yeah, they're at 77 points and we're not quite yet at three-quarter time. They could be on for a triple-figure margin here the way they're going. Who do they have next week?
Port Adelaide.
Yeah, here again at home.
Yeah, standalone game on the Sunday.
We one to watch for sure. Port's yet to play, obviously, this round. They got they got Westies and Waker again, don't they?
They do.
Ebert game in the Riverland. It'll be an enjoyable contest too, hopefully. Its players resumed here. Redden just sits under it, gets the tap. It was read pretty well by Wigg, but he was being held as he took possession. Keeping it in front of him there, that was good work by Ferns. Managed to win it here, though, the Roosters. They go inside, kicks a bit heavy for the target in Elbro. Follows up with a really strong tackle, brings his opponent to ground and starts appealing for a free kick, but nothing doing there, no prior. So we're deep into third quarter here, Team Kia Oval. Can't be too much time left, you'd think, despite the fact there's been quite a few goals in this quarter, 7 goals so far. This could be an 8th. Is it going to come round on target? Not to be, just a minor score. Only the 8th score of the game for the Roosters. They go to 4-4-28. It might only be their 7th score. 4-3-27 is what the scoreboard reads right now.
Morris goes short to Thompson. Happy just to take his time. He chips down the line. Rowland. In front of a sea of red and white fans down there at the northern end. Flag waving, but it hasn't been their day. Almost a nice mark to Mackay. Gets it back to Rowland. Now Rowe, composed. Eagles going backwards to go forwards. This is a bit embarrassing, really, as Thompson takes the mark, squares it up. Some run now from Litster. Will chip towards the player in Morris at half back. Morris brings it down the wing position. And just a little too high. Van Husted, though, for North Adelaide, was up to it. He finds his skipper, Spina, who has it at left half back. And there is the siren. So at three-quarter time, it is the Eagles, 16-8, 104. They lead North 4th. Final quarter underway. Team Kia Oval, Woodville. Your first caller, Nick Harris.
A push and shove out there between Mackay and I think it's Coombe. Anyway, play resumes. Redden gathers. Handball was good to Mackay. Gets him up towards half forward. Big fist from behind. Came from Pringle. And then just charging it over the boundary line. I think there was obviously a touch on that from that fist, so ball to be tossed back into play. Umpire heaves his nose and gets it back in. Redden wins yet another tap down in front of the contest. And in dispute. Eagles, as they've done all day, got first hands to it, but not before they ran out of space and over the boundary line yet again. "76 points is the margin, and feels like it could end up being even more the way it's been going, extended at every break so far in favour of the home team. North do manage to win the clearance, but only as far as the intercepting Eagle. This time he comes across the ground, sees Fleeton. He's got Morris short if he wants him, or Thompson. Thompson, the option taken to Morris. He's got so much space, the Eagles, whenever they get ball in hand. That's the result. There's no pressure on the kick. You can hit up a target. And they've done that today to a tee. Beautiful kick inside 50. Finds Ballenden, who I reckon could find himself in perhaps the SANFL Now Player of the Year votes. What do you reckon, John, coming into this game?
Yeah, I'm the one giving those, I believe. And, yeah, he's one of many. Ballenden, Beacon, Rowe. the skipper Sinor, just one of many players. Williams been very good.
To add yet another goal to his tally. You're not going to do it with that kick. Goes across the face. Snuck it in for a behind. The first score of the final term is that minor score to Ballenden and Woodville-West Torrens.
It's fair to say if he'd been a bit more accurate, he'd be a Monty to be right up there in the votes, but just kicking for goal at times while he has kicked a couple, letting him down. As Sam Ramsey takes on Nichols, does it nicely, fleet of foot. Mays on the bounce, couldn't take it. Fleeton got the handball out. Ferns nicely towards Morris. Kicked just a little high for Nichols. O'Loughlin to Spina. Shanks this kick towards the boundary. And you can tell from the Bronx cheers it's gone high, wide and handsome. And the Eagles will take the free kick here through Morris, who loads the kick up inside 50 towards the pocket. Looking there for Rowe. Spina, good contest with him, and the umpire will take control. Just inside 50 for Woodville-West Torrens. Shadow starting to eke out onto the grounds. Sinor to Rowe. He was stripped of the footy in a very nice tackle from Spina, who will get the free in the right back pocket, being one of the few Roosters who can hold his head high, Spina, as he goes short and finds O'Loughlin.
Yeah, Spina leading from the front as the skipper, showing them how it's meant to be done. Unfortunately, not a lot of fellas go with him today. O'Loughlin feigns to go onto the wide option and then goes back inboard. And what a grab intercepting there for the Eagles by Roland. Nicely done. Just read that perfectly off the boot. A little bit of hang time. Start to enjoy a few of these moments for Woodville-West Torrens. Not every day you're on track for a 100-point victory and they feel like they might be here. As this one goes towards goal, punched over the line. Does put it out now to a game-high margin, 78 points. Still 4 goals or so away from that triple figures, but they're peppering away here. We've played, what's it now, 4 minutes 10, 4 minutes 11 into the final quarter.
Spina drives it towards half back, falling backwards, nearly taking the mark. Fleeton couldn't complete it. Wig, little chip down the line for North, finds Mays. Newchurch running, takes a good grab. We'll get things moving to Zeckerly. Well, he gets rid of his 2 Eagles opponents nicely, fleet of foot, and lovely little kick finds Lockyer. So great work there from Zeckerly, showing what he can do. Just evading 2 Eagles players, spinning around on the right foot and into the arms of Nigel Lockyer Jr., who will line up for goal for the Roosters. 6 minutes gone in this final quarter. Lockyer's kick looks pretty good. He nails his first. He becomes the 5th goal scorer for North Adelaide. And they cut the margin to 72 points. Matt's failing me there, thank you, Nick. 72 points. And we've gone 5.5 minutes in this final quarter.
Yeah, well, they'd be desperate to stave off that 100-point margin, wouldn't they, Roosters? And
definitely.
That would help. Makes it 5 goals now they'd have to kick to get it out to that point, and they would just love to win a quarter if they could. They haven't won one yet in this game. They could just win one, take something, a bit of positivity to go out of the game with. Maybe save themselves a 400 or 2 on the training track. I have a feeling they might get flogged this week, but if they can show something here, they might get a little bit of mercy. By just confirming we're all in position, ready to restart. Big leap over there. Actually pretty effective then by Hilda. Earns the clearance for North Adelaide. Up to half forward, plucked out of the air nicely by Fellows. Not so much avail because the Woodville-West Torrens tidy up through to Lawyer. Up to Sinor. He pumps it deep inside 50 yet again. Ballenden lining up likely, but cutting in front, intercepting there. North Adelaide was the defender. Moves it quickly to the near side and finds McCann. He gets that right foot onto it, sinks it into it and tries to get up the line, and then Fellows with a good intercept. With a good completion. Had Blacker calling for it wide. Instead goes short and inboard to find Hilda. Moves it to Sam Ramsey to stop and drop and go back a bit. Got it to Fellows. Bit of a rush kick up to half forward. Spoil from behind was good from Fleeton. Big strong tackle laid in there for the Eagles, and get some support too from Beacon Nice work by Fleeton. Stops that progression forward for North Adelaide. Just taking a moment there to recover the ball, I think, from Elbro. Just wanted to hold on to it for a minute while he gets his strapping or his shoe or lace or something sorted there. Shoelace by the looks of it. By giving him some courtesy time. So Hilda will go into battle with Redden again. This time Redden holds firm, wins the tap. Oh, that was a dangerous attempted spoil there from Goldsworthy. In the end, he didn't hit anybody with it, thankfully. Clearing kick from that contest goes the way of the Roosters, right of the Eagles. And managed to get it forward to Rowe, who's just held up in a tackle enough to stop him moving forward. They still get the ball moving in their direction, though, through Goldsworthy. Quick hands from Newman to Rowe. Kick off the left boot, goes towards the target of Weckert. Kicked 3 goals in the opening quarter. Haven't caught him much since then. Under a bit of pressure here, North Adelaide. It goes towards the goal line for the Eagles. Can they get a kick on it? Desperate times. They have to just rush it over the line through Wigg. Only concede that minor score rather than another major. Puts it back up to 73 points in the deficit for the Roosters.
And it will be the skipper there. And Spina to bring it in. Finds Wigg. 8 gone this last quarter. McInerney's got it now. Defensive 50. Sam Ramsey offering something and gnaws that. McInerney goes long. Down the wing, Harvey. Big and strong takes the grab. Well, a lot of players running past, not a lot on offer. Harvey decides to drive towards Hilda, had 2 to beat, knocked down. Elbro got the handball back. North player taken to ground. Hilda touch unlucky in that earlier contest. Sam Ramsey gets up off the bottom of the pack. Elbro and his opponent there in Beacon going at it. Ball knocked towards the line. Off the ground, Hilda. Eagles now. Beacon's kick into the shins of Harvey. Bounce back up to him. Luxa Fortune goes down the line with a nice kick. Finds Newman. He's kicked towards 50. Buck there with McCann. Knocked down. Nichols front and centre. Couldn't pick it up. Rowe could. Sinor. Can the skipper kick one? Long kick. Straight kick. Goal to the Eagles. They're 17th. 17-11, 113. North Adelaide 5-4-34. Sinor was kicked 2. And we've gone 9.5 minutes in this final quarter. And a wonderful finish there from the Eagles skipper for his second.
Yeah, gets him out to a 79-point margin. And Sinor just found himself with time and space, top of 50, and no doubt where it was going, straight through the middle. Everything just seems to bounce their way today, and I think that's, you get that benefit and a bit of good fortune when you're just playing better football, don't you? Things just seem to start working for you. You get on a bit of a roll, and conversely, nothing's gone right really at all today for the Roosters. They have a bit of homework to do during the week, I'd say.
We're going to start the season 0-2. Losses to the Dogs and now the Eagles. Next week they take on Sturt, who were defeated by Norwood in round 1, and play South tomorrow at Noarlunga.
Restarted here. North Adelaide will win the clearance. Go forward through Coombe. Oh no, they won't, because there was a smother on the ball, and then riding over the shoulder of the tackle there was Williams, who just played on regardless. Didn't even worry about staying back for his free kick. Got it moving forward quickly through Beacon. Or was it Rowe? I think it might have been Jimmy Rowe. Punched off the contest. Then dribble kick towards goal. That's gone through as well. We'll talk about everything going your way. Patrick Weckert's got his 4th for the day. He only had 3 career league goals coming into the game, and he's kicked 4 in the afternoon. And they're out to 85 points. It's a lovely day out if you're an Eagles fan.
Well done to Weckert. The purple patch in that first term when the Eagles could do no wrong. He kicked 3 of their first 7. He's now kicked 4 to become the leading goal scorer on the ground. That little dribble effort. 11.5 gone in this 4th quarter. And North Adelaide praying to be put out of their misery, I think, as they have been for most of the afternoon, as Hilda into the ruck against Ballenden. Bit of a push and shove between McInerney and Williams off the ball. McInerney shovels out the handball. Well met by Beacon. He's tackled, dispossessed. Free kick going the way of the Roosters. It's the kick from McInerney. Inside 50. Elbro knocked away from him, Roland. Morris dropped it. Still managed to somehow get a toe to it with the old droppy. Herbert searching for Bucky. Had two to beat. Ferns got the handball out. Herbert battling hard. North player in there at ground level. You know, Lachlan couldn't do a whole heap with the footy, but the ball up results.
Seen a bit of everything today. Inside out torps, drop kicks.
It has been a day of many occurrences and some more enjoyable than others. Not too much enjoyment for North Adelaide, but they'll keep it in their zone there with that smother. Throw up, right half, or boundary throw in, should I say, right half forward for North Adelaide. Almost 13 minutes gone in this final quarter.
Smother coming courtesy of Ballenden, whose effort has just been fantastic today, I think. Done a bit at each end of the ground too, and now he's in the ruck as well. And winning that tap, I reckon. Read better by the North mids. Getting in the way down there is Ferns. Kicks into the middle of the ground, going back bravely, intercepting Keenan Ramsey. Has an option across the field. Ian Blacker hits him up. Outstretched over the head. Good grab in the end, really. He's not quite sure what to do with it here. Fair enough, not much coming at him. Just goes short in the end. Sets his teammate a task. He's up to it, though. Hurried kick off the right foot. Goes inside 50. Guess who? Ballenden's going to get to it. And intercept completed. As I said a moment ago, he has done it at both ends. North challenged. He's a bit ginger there in the first quarter with a couple of goals. He was thrown back and steadied them in that back end as Beacon charges out with a couple of bounces from the back half and gets him up to half forward in no time at all. Kick's not his best of the day, but that's okay when he's played as well as he has. And Husted gets in the way. And three Eagles line up to intercept it. Rowe is the one who ends up with the ball in hand. Goes up towards Menzel. Can't complete the contested grab. One back by the Roosters into the middle of the ground. Elbro moves along quickly. Got an option in Harvey inside 50. Finds him with little trouble. Harvey can go back and try and make himself, I think, the first multiple goal kicker of the day for North if he can kick truly. 5 singles so far they've got. So, a little consolation offer here for Harvey if he can put this one through the big sticks. He'll be about 45 out when he takes his kick. And some warm applause comes for Ballenden and Jimmy Rowe as they come off for a rest from a hard day's work. He marches in, sets sail, it's across the face. Won't even score, I don't think. Stays in play, in fact. Down there, Newchurch, little handball to Blacker, throws it on the boot. Can he get a goal for himself at the end of the day? I reckon he's just snuck it home. Well done, Maxi Blacker. Becomes the 6th goal kicker of the afternoon for North. Gets it back under 80 points at least. And they go to 6-4-40. Trailing the Eagles 18-11, 119.
Good to see his teammates get around in their 8th game. First SANFL goal to Max Blacker. And he originally from Walkerville. So good to see Blacker get on the score sheet. One positive there late in the game for North Adelaide. Had to work hard for it like all the Roosters' goals have been. But he finished it nicely.
He didn't have much time or space, but threw it on the boot and curled it home. It was well done.
Good skills, good finish. But it's a little too late for North. The man here in Newman, he's hot though, as O'Loughlin came through strongly. The Eagles player in Barker's going to come up with a free kick. Perhaps a tad lucky. He goes inside 50. Menzel got a little touch on that. Goldsworthy, the veteran, picks it up, squares it back, and finds Menzel.
Unselfish.
Who points to the mark and says, that's where you stand, as he marches back to line up for the Eagles' 19th would you believe, today. And Menzel kicked the first of those 19. Seems so long ago. He'll line up for his second. 17 gone in this final quarter. Going to take his time and enjoy the moment, Troy Menzel. Because the reserves game to come after this. Not often you see the reserves follow the league. That's what it's going to be today here at Woodville as Menzel's kicked for goal. A close run, but a goal. He gets his second. Eagles 19-11, 125. North 6-4-40. Margin of 85 points. 17.5 gone fourth quarter. Menzel's gets 2. The first of the game. I don't know if it's going to be the last of the game, but it's certainly come late in proceedings.
And he becomes the 6th player for the Eagles to get multiple goals in this game, and 10 individual goal kickers overall. Definitely got some guys who can kick them.
Yep.
Particularly, you consider it Riley Knight not in this team either today. Unavailable due to injury, so not even at full strength here, the Eagles. They look scary good early in 2024. What could they be brewing here? More Team Care Oval this season. Women's team starting to turn around as well. Getting up with their third victory of the afternoon as DeLoyer charges out of the middle. Kick partially smothered, still trickles inside 50 for the Eagles. Players crash and bash in. Poor old North defenders still got more work to do. It's not over yet. And holding the ball, but going against the Eagles. They managed to win the ball back through Mays. Moves it by hand to a teammate in Ramsey, who drops the footy as he's tackled. Luckily got caught high, so earns a free kick. Goes wide, finds Ruck. He goes with a rubber kick to McCann, who couldn't do much about it. Beacon gathers yet another touch with the 1-2. Deserves another goal, goes up instead towards full forward. It's going to be a downfield free kick to Menzel, who is the beneficiary of Meakin being poleaxed after he kicked that footy. Defending player, see if I can get visual on it. Just getting a bit of friendly advice from a few Woodville-West Torrens opponents, and having an explanation to the umpire that you can't annihilate a player once he's disposed of the ball. He was a little confused about it, and he's going to get dragged now as well. Anyway, as it is, Menzel just enjoying a bit of the limelight here. He's going to line up for his third, second in a row too. So Troy Menzel to come in and kick the 19th goal of the day. And not in doubt, he slotted that one. He kicked yet another one. 19-11, 131. Now 91 points in front of the Roosters. 6-4, 40. Got it right in the end.
Game high, 91-point lead. It's the way it's sort of been threatening to head all day when North kicked, or should I say the Eagles kicked the first 6 of the game, leaving North flat-footed. It's been heading towards this kind of margin ever since. Just ticked into time on in this last quarter. 91 points as Menzel kicks 3 for the day. Redden wins it down, rucking and roving in the middle. It's it up towards Sinor to DeLoyer. Beacon back towards the skipper. Little underground handball, didn't find a target. Newchurch swamped. I think there was 5 points in it, the way the Eagles are tackling. As it is, DeLoyer, former junior captain of South Australia. And he finds Litster. Plays on, back to the DeLoyer. He's happy to milk a few seconds. Going to hold it up. Going to go long inside the forward 50 arc. But getting back there, Keenan Ramsey takes a nice grab. Swings it round towards Zeckerly. Spin it before he had it, but gives it over the top to Wilsden. Back to Zeckerly. The Eagles fans enjoying this late pressure. Wig takes the mark. 60 from defensive goal. Swings round towards the outer wing. McInerney on the right boot. But it'll end with his opposite number 39 in Ferns, who takes a safe mark. 21.5 gone final quarter. North trail the Eagles by 91 points.
Yeah, just sort of toying with them now, the Eagles. They got this one sewn up a fair while ago. Short chip kinds Jimmy Rowe. He's in fine touch at the moment, just James. Dad Stephen will be proud, no doubt. Good effort there by Sam Ramsey, who's tried hard all day. Affected the spoil on Sinor and knocks it out of bounds. Moving on, tick over 22 minutes. Final term, Host Plus SANFL round 2 action. Mornteam Care Oval. Redden front position, got a lazy tap to it. Now they feed it out through a few handballs to Newchurch. A big kick around the body up to the top of the goal square. Clearing punch was effective from Roland. Deloya takes a moment to gather and send another left foot kick up the line to Ballenden, and he gets hands to it, but is effectively spoiled from behind. And then still with the strong tackling pressure coming from Barkler. So impressive, these Eagles. 91 points in front, still playing with desperation and hunger. Redden gets it out of the contest. Interesting looking handball. Umpire thought it was fair. Coming through traffic there was Jimmy Rowe. Kick goes inside 50 and starts bouncing towards the goal line. They couldn't get another one, could they, like that? In the end, Keenan Ramsey does the clever percentage play and just rushes it over for a behind. And plays on quickly out of the goal square. 92-point margin now in favour of the home side.
Zeckerly takes the mark. Good things moving for North. Lockyer, though, couldn't save that one out of bounds on the full. Eagles to get the relieving free kick out there to Herbert. North's Beacon in short, goes back towards Rowland. Shields his eyes from the sun. And then chips short to Thompson, the veteran. Goes further towards Beacon, not a great kick. North to go again. Wigg, little give to Blacker. McCann, back towards middle, looking for Fellows. Now McInerney, 60 from goal. Loads up the kick, it's a nice one, and Big Harvey's got on the end of it. Takes a nice mark, Mitch Harvey, within kicking distance. He's kicked one this afternoon. Still no multiple goal scorers yet for the Roosters. All six goals have been single goal kickers. Harvey, can he become their first multiple goal scorer? 24 gone final quarter. Big Mitch kicking it to the southern end of the ground. Looks pretty good off the boot, just drifts a bit, but he's done enough to kick his second goal of the afternoon, Mitch Harvey, and become North's first multiple goal scorer of the afternoon. Cuts the margin back to 86 points, so probably we'll see them avoid the 100-point loss now, that goal to Harvey. But it has certainly been a day at the office, so want to forget North Adelaide as the Eagles, dominant from start to finish, thoroughly deserve that 86-point margin they hold late in this contest.
Yeah, it's hard to see where they could improve from here. North Adelaide, like what it is they could do, they've just looked outclassed in every part of the game, really. It's not as if you can point to one key factor and go, well, that's where they lost the game. 86 points. You've been comprehensively beaten all over the field. So, tough times for the time being for North Adelaide. So we restart yet again. Neither ruck really getting anywhere near that one. In the end, a big tap over from Hilda. Gets it moving the way of the Roosters, but as we've seen on repeat today, tidying up at half-back, the Eagles. That one gave a look in to, I think, Keenan Ramsey, who at least got hands to it and held up the position. No apologies, it was Hilda. So moving into the ruck is Finlay for the Roosters. Gets that one down to Fellows. Kick goes inside 50, high up and under, and then coming out to meet it first is Fleeton for the Eagles. Goes across the ground to a man who could be BOG, Luke Beacon. Moves it quickly short, and we'll get it back here for yet another touch. He's racking them up. Takes that uncontested mark. Sting well and truly gone out of this contest now. They just beef up the numbers here across the back line. The Eagles players. Just a casual bounce on half-back flank. Lackadaisical kick. Hits the target up the line. They'll enjoy this one, the Eagles. Absolute thumping at home to Deloya. He's also played very well. They'll get another touch for Beacon. Bit of junk time here. Goes to Rowe at half-back. He's got the short option in Thompson on the wing and hits him up. Now they can go inside 50. Beacon still providing run off half-back. Has to handball just to space. because he's got Newchurch hot on his tail. Ends up with another tan ball to his name. Gets it to Goldsworthy on the 50. Goes to the hot spot. Can he take the mark? Uncontested. You bet he can. Ball took around, but he'd already had the ball in hand. I reckon that's Newman. He's taking a mark directly in front. 15 or so out. Go back for the 20th goal of the day. 21st goal of the day for the Eagles. Is that? It is Newman, isn't it? No, is it? Or is it Herbert? Cade Herbert. Apologies to Cade. I think, yeah, another goal kick for the Eagles if he can put it on the board. Rudimentary kick. Doesn't miss. The Eagles fans might be getting tired of clapping their hands at this point. They get another goal on the board. 21 if you don't mind. 21-12, 138. Back out to 92-point margin, an equal game high over North. Managed 7-4-46.
So Herbert with his first 11 goal scorers for the Eagles. And well done to them today for what's been a fantastic performance, really throwing down the gauntlet and showing what kind of a team they're going to be in season 2024. They have dominated the Roosters in every facet today. And I really don't believe the Roosters are slouches. They just haven't been able to get into this contest. Redden wins it down to Lawyer. Hooks it back towards half forward. Barkler went without it, recovers nicely.
Ooh.
Williams taps it down. Keenan Ramsey back here towards Spina. Fallows under pressure. Chance for the Eagles again. Williams. Nice kick. Ballenden over his head. Van Husted gets it back to Raak to Van Husted. Hurriedly clearing the zone. Zeckerly couldn't take it, but Wigg will bang it out towards that outer wing. Eagles to go again. Fleeton back to go forward, finds Ferns. He just chips out. Well, I've got a couple to choose from. And it will end with Thompson. Thompson just settles, steadies down the wing. Makes it hard for Rowland, but he took a nice grab. So Rowland with the footy in those blue boots. There's the siren. End of a dominant display from Woodville-West Torrens. The Eagles run out winners 21-12, 138. North 7-4-46. A magnificent effort by the home side. Dominated from start to finish. They kicked the first 6 goals of the game. And from there, it was a dominant, strong performance. 11 separate goal scorers. Weckett 4, Menzel and Rowe 3 apiece. 2 to Ballenden, Buck and Sinor. And then 5 players with singles. Barkler, Beacon, Herbert, Mackay and Nichols. Harvey the only multiple goal scorer.